What's up? I'm Jeff Haynes from Tech Bargains, and this is the video review of the Lenovo IdeaCentre Erazer X700 desktop. A lot of gaming rigs have aggressive, and some might even say extreme case designs that complement the significant hardware underneath the hood to help play the latest games on the market. Now, typically you find a lot of these case designs from case modders or boutique vendors, and not a traditional OEM like Lenovo. The Lenovo Erazer X700 packs a lot of notable hardware in a striking case, but the obvious question is, should you make this your next gaming machine? Here's what we found out. The Erazer X700 we reviewed was powered by a second-generation Intel Core i7 3820 processor running at 3.6 GHz that can be boosted up to 3.8 GHz via turbo. It came with 12 GB of RAM and was supplemented by an Nvidia GeForce GTX 660 video card. It also packed a 1 TB hard drive spinning at 7200 RPM, as well as a 120 GB solid-state drive for the OS. The computer had a DVD burner, 7.1 channel surround sound support, and full Wi-Fi and Ethernet support. Finally, it also came with 7 USB 2.0 ports, 3 USB 3.0 ports, DisplayPort and HDMI output, 2 DVI ports, a 29-in-1 card reader, and dual hot swap bays. Like we said earlier, at first glance, you wouldn't expect the Erazer to come from a bulk OEM, especially Lenovo, which is now the top PC supplier in the world. The large chassis packs aggressive angles and curves around the entire machine, along with an angled mesh side window and loads of blue LEDs. If you want a system that's intimidating to family members and friends, or you want a mental edge before you frag your opponents online, this could be what you want. Lenovo also did a great job with the components, striking a balance between the price of the machine and the performance of the system. The Erazer gets a speedy processor and loads of RAM, along with a solid-state drive, all while downgrading to include a mid-range GPU. That trade-off means that the end user gets components that enhances every facet of the machine instead of just gaming. Now, that's not to say that the graphics card is a slouch by any means. The GTX 660 can definitely hold its own, and you can even pack in some QHD gaming depending upon the title, letting you play at the resolution of most 30-inch panels. We were able to pump out 50 frames a second from Aliens vs. Predator on low, about 23 frames per second on very high, and at full HD resolution with some tweaks, we could pull down more than 41 frames per second with settings maxed out. Now that's solid performance all around. Another plus about the Erazer X700 is the fact that it comes with quality peripherals, which isn't something that many OEMs traditionally do. Fortunately, there are quality gaming peripherals here. The keyboard has an adjustable LED backlight with the same design as the chassis, and the mouse looks like a third-party peripheral with an adjustable weight pack. Finally, for its size and the gaming focus, the Erazer X700 doesn't get loud even under load. Part of this was thanks to the self-contained liquid cooling system, which helped keep noise to a minimum and heat down significantly. It's not a completely quiet machine, but it does help quite a bit. There are issues that crop up, some of which were just curious decisions to make for a gaming rig. Our first issue was with the RAM. On the plus side, you get a lot of RAM with this machine. 12 GB is plenty to handle whatever you might need. However, the configured system we reviewed was only running the memory in triple channel mode thanks to 3 of the 4 memory slots being populated. The end result is that the system didn't fully take advantage of quad channel memory performance that the X79 chipset of this system could handle. A slightly less important issue was the GPU, which is a mid-range card. Again, we understand why it was configured this way, especially because it keeps the costs of the computer pretty low. Of course, if you need a stronger card, you'll expect to pay a premium for it. Finally, we didn't like the cable clutter within the system. Most bulk OEMs don't necessarily worry about clean cable layouts on a lot of their machines, but the insides of gaming systems are frequently worked on and tuned by gamers, making them relatively immaculate. So it would make a lot more sense to Lenovo to have spent some time figuring out the best way to clean up the cluttered inside so it looked as good inside the machine as it does on the outside. The Erazer X700 is easily the best gaming system that we've seen from Lenovo. It wasn't simply lip service from the company about this being a gaming rig. Everything from the peripherals to the design of the machine feels just right, and the performance of the computer is extremely strong. In fact, you only need to plug it in and turn it on to be very impressed. Plus, you can get a little extra power whenever you need it by tapping the overclock button. Now for this particular configuration, we still wish that it had a stronger GPU and an extra stick of RAM to take advantage of quad-channel memory. But as it's currently configured, we still find it to be a strong machine that only has a few notable flaws. For these reasons, we decided to give the Lenovo IdeaCentre Erazer X700 a 4 out of 5. For the latest coupons and deals on desktops like the Lenovo IdeaCentre Erazer X700, be sure to check out techbargains.com/Lenovo. To enter our monthly giveaway, make sure you always check out techbargains.com/YouTube. And to watch our video unboxings, video reviews, and exclusive video features, be sure to go to techbargains.com/videos.